Hi, I'm Nick Horton, and I guess my passion in life is creating visual strategies for people. So before I found BeCollaboration, I spent a long time in Japan actually, about 15 years in total. But I went through, by the age of 38, I'd been through 4 mergers, which is roughly 1 every 4 years as a working life. And my frustration around that is that when I found my perfect company, fitted my culture, and just as I was getting relaxed into it, of course, we had a merger and there's a change of culture, we have to start all over again. And that usually ended up with me leaving, because I was always quite fussy as to who I joined, because I had to feel that it was the right place to be. So when I heard of, I still remember it, I overheard a conversation between 2 people and they used the word BeCollaboration. And my ears pricked up. It got me at the second word. I've heard of one member who said it got me at B of BeCollaboration, but I was a bit slower. I was at the collaboration, and it's certainly something that's very, I don't know, it resonates with me, very true to my heart. I've even tried to set up one of my own virtual currencies called Collabo World. So it felt like a natural fit, a natural synergy. So I walked in the room, and yes, my kind of people. I loved it. Although I have to say at that moment, because of things that were personal to me, my first meeting, I was in a state where I didn't actually feel comfortable going to have a drink at the bar. Not because I have an alcohol problem, which I believe some people thought I might have once I mentioned that, but literally I was being around people I didn't know very well at that point in my life was uncomfortable. Despite the fact I'd lived in Japan, travelled all the world, and I'd been quite used to having people around me, but just at that point in time, it was difficult. So I was really appreciative, I think, more than anything else. I mean, I think a lot of people take different things from BeCollaboration, but my personal take on it was a safe space, a really safe space where I can explore, be myself, find out that might not be myself, try another thing, try other things, see what feels right. And that was invaluable. It was real gold dust. I think that combined with the Be Inspire program, which Be Inspire is a way of finding a little bit, kind of, in a slightly more structured way of finding out who you are. And I think one of the key messages that came out of that, well, for me, was being heard. And being heard is definitely, that resonates with me, because that was one of my, let's see, if you understood my childhood, you'd understand why I might not be heard too much. So then having that space to go out and kind of sit there and go, you know what, here's me, listen to me. Not in an aggressive way, but just in a kind of like, well, here's who I am way, was a great freedom to be found, discovered, enjoyed. So, and then I think that kind of feeling of freedom, I guess, I found in BeCollaboration and that collaborative nature. And then I think you're taking that into the outside world, it made me appreciate the values of collaboration a lot more. So, you know, I still believe collaboration is one of our basics of humanity. Is that the right word? I have this theory that's why Homo sapiens survived and Neanderthals didn't. Theoretically, they should have survived faster, fitter, smarter, bigger brains, but we did. So, yeah, you go in the outside world and things like, even just going to something like the choir. I experienced the same thing with a different lens, if you like, different view. So very enjoyable, great. And then when we come into the BeCollaboration world itself, so then you kind of like, you have the BeCollaboration experience, you take it out into the real, and you bring it back into BeCollaboration, and it kind of like builds on each other. And then it gets to the stage where you start finding out who you are, what I wanted to do. And I've always been interested in photography, and I definitely brought the photography into BeCollaboration, but like combining it with the other skills I kind of collected but hadn't necessarily realised I had along the way, became a very powerful tool. And then even more powerful than that is kind of like, it's almost like a, you know, building blocks here, was being able to work with people in the community and outside the community. But you know, even at the moment, working with Ercan, building out videos for the community. And with another collaborator, Jackie, we sat down one day at, actually started the Engage program, which is the more commercial side of BeCollaboration, is kind of like how do we take our offerings out to the world. Had a quick chat with Jackie, and then we suddenly realised we're both in the visual world, coming at it from slightly different angles. And we sat down, had another chat, and then we worked out, well, not only did we bring complementary skills in terms of technically, but also in terms of the more spiritual skills, we're yin and yang, which is absolute gold dust. And we're both in the same space of wanting to do things, really get out there and kind of express ourselves. And then that becomes an even more powerful and engaging collaboration, because it's not only if you've got the skill set, but you've got the kind of like the core belief set. And then it's strange how once that is put out there, you start to it's like the fireflies, and you start attracting like a moth to the flame. Kind of like you really start attracting other people with similar values towards yourself, and life becomes a lot easier, I think, with this kind of approach. So I think going forward, so I mean, I guess I can't really express more than anything else. Safe place, enjoyable, took it out to the world. And I would highly recommend anyone coming to BeCollaboration to give it a whiz, give it a try. I give you my personal, if you like, take on what resonated with me. But I think everyone comes in and finds something a little bit different. But it's a safe space. It's a collaborative world. It's sharing. There's abundance, and it's not. What it is definitely not is opinionated. It's not competitive, and it's not aggressive. It's a safe place where you can really find yourself. And if that sounds like something that's of interest to you, then I would highly recommend coming along.